Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Woolen Spinning. My name is Rachel. It is Tuesday, what day is it? August 19th. And I am coming to you from just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, here in the southwestern part of the province in Canada. We come together here on Woolen Spinning to talk about all things hand spinning and wool and making yarn and coming together as a community to share what we're doing and to share what we're making and to enrich each other's lives and provide support and feedback and teach one another and do life together. So I want to welcome you to this place. Welcome to this podcast. As you can see, this is a slightly different format this week. I am traveling. I'm away with my family. And so we are, I pre-recorded this over the weekend before we left, and I have a ton to share with you today. So fortunately, we have, we have a lot to talk about. This is going to be a little bit of a heavy housekeeping episode today, and I hope that you have something wonderful that you're working on, that you're sitting there knitting on or spinning, something that you're really excited about that you can delve into while you listen, because I need to fill you in on all the things that are changing and all the things that are coming up, all the additions that we're making to Woolen Spinning coming in September. So we do have quite a heavy housekeeping segment this week. I had to fill you in somehow, some way, and this was the best way that I could come up with. I recorded it twice to try to shorten it and to try to condense it down, but it's really difficult to do that. So I hope that you will bear with me and listen to what is coming up, some of the additions that are coming to Patreon in September and coming up this fall. I hope you're as excited about this stuff as I am. These are things that I've been dreaming about for years, and every time we get to add more stuff, I just feel really excited, and I just feel really overwhelmed with gratitude that you guys continue to support and help us to keep the lights on here. So for those of you who are new, who are just watching for the very first time, welcome. We, like I said, we talk about all the things related to hand spinning and making yarn and creating fabric from our hand spun yarns. But over time, the Patreon community has sort of grown and become sort of a force unto itself. And we're at that point now where we're at another big growth metric and are going to be adding a whole bunch of stuff for you guys come the fall. So some of the things are the things that Rebecca's already doing, and then some of the things are going to be new, and we're sort of adding on to all of that stuff. So I hope that you will stick with me today and that you will listen to all of the things that we are talking about, and that you'll think about dipping your toe into the water and joining us to join the community and to participate in what we have to offer, and sort of to go behind the scenes and to go sort of into the community that is Woolen Spinning, costs about a latte a month. And so, it's not a lot. And if you have the opportunity to do that and want to come and join us and jump into the conversation, we would love to join you. We would love to welcome you. So without further ado, I do have some yarn that I want to chat about. I've done a ton of sampling over the last week or so. Actually, no, over the last month or so. And I've got all of the woven samples to share with you and all of the knitted samples to show with you. So we'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about how adding things to our blends when we're blending with wool, how that changes the fabric and changes the finished fabric. So we'll chat about that in the latter half of the show. And I will share with you a fresh skein of chain ply that I just pulled off of my wheel. It is a third of a big spin that I'm working on right now, and I'm excited to share that with you as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with housekeeping. I'm sorry that it is as long as it is. Bear with me. And September we'll be back to the little short housekeeping video that's only a couple of minutes long that just updates you on what's going on in the community. So bear with me. I really appreciate your ears on this one, and I want to welcome those of you who are new to the community and who are going to be joining in September because they're excited about all this new stuff that's coming. Welcome, and thank you for taking a chance and for jumping in on the other side and for taking a chance on us. I really, really, really appreciate it. To those of you who've been here all along, who are going to benefit from the changes that are coming, I hope you're excited about them. If you have any questions about what this stuff, where it is, how to access it, if you feel like we're into September and you've kind of missed some stuff and you think you should be having access to posts that you're not seeing and you're not sure where to go, you can hop into the onboarding call. You can send me a message. And you can also ask Rebecca or Dion, and both are available in the Slack channel. So don't hesitate to reach out. We are there to help you. We are there to help you navigate what you're trying to accomplish in your creative life. And use us. Reach out. We want to talk to you. So without further ado, let's get into the show. So one of the things that we need to cover today in the live stream is what is coming up in the fall. There are some additions that I am making to the Patreon community, and that makes woolen spinning that much richer. I hope that you find value in what we're adding. I hope that you're as excited as I am about what we're adding. Please know that I'm available anytime to answer questions, help you navigate all of this. We want to make sure that it's a really positive user experience for you, that you guys are finding things, that you're figuring out where to get the information that you're looking for, that you're having a say in what we create here. So please don't ever hesitate to get in touch with me and to ask questions, get involved, and just, articulate what it is that you're looking for. We want this to work for you. That's the whole point. So let's transition over to the other screen so that I can show you sort of what's coming and what we're adding to the Patreon membership. And we'll pull that up and we'll have a look. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to work. So this is the landing page. This is where you come when you are looking for woolen spinning and you are looking to see what is going on in the community and what is happening. This is the screen, okay? Patreon.com/woolen spinning. This is it. When you click down here on join for free, you get all of the the posts that go up on Patreon. They usually get sent to your email address, and they come up in your, like, sort of almost as like a newsletter subscription almost. And you see like when the podcast goes live and is public, and you see like Ketchup and Pickles. And then you get a sense of like what's going on in the community every month. That's our housekeeping post. For those who are looking for a little bit more, you need to go down one button and click this button here that says see membership options. And that's what's going to take you to the page that shows you what is available. So this has changed a little bit, and there are, like I said, additions, new things. So the spinning circle is now the tier that if you are looking for just joining the woolen spinning community, being on the Slack channel, being surrounded by other people that you're looking to chat with about what you're making and your yarn and some of your other multi-craft jewel hobbies like weaving, knitting, sewing. The spinning circle is kind of your base level that gives you access to that. It also gives you access to what we're adding. So Dion, as I mentioned, is going to be starting with us in the fall. Her first vlog is going to go live in September, and what she is going to be doing is the Color Mania vlogs. So hopefully this is big enough that you guys can see this list. The spinning circle, the wool circle, and the silk circle are all just a little bit different. If you're looking for all of the live streams and you want to see all of the podcasts that we're offering from now on, because we're adding Color Mania, so that's going to be the new one. So there's the live stream that you're watching right now. There's the wool circle that Rebecca has been hosting for going into her 4th year. I can't believe it, just mind blown. Woolen Spinning Radio is available wherever you get your audio podcasts, because that is the audio podcast. It is free. It is out there for anybody to listen. And now Color Mania. So in the spinning circles and the wool circle and the silk circle, but we'll start with the spinning circle just to make sure everything's clear. In the spinning circle, right here where it says Color Mania monthly vlog hosted by Dion, this used to be what was called Spinning Pearls, and I created that content, and it would be released for patrons. Whenever I was talking about the monthly teaching content for patrons, that's what I was talking about. It was called Spinning Pearls. So Color Mania is now available starting in September for anybody subscribing to Patreon. So if you are a paid member of the Patreon, of any of these tiers that you see here, you will be receiving Color Mania. And Dion will be focused on spinning color. She's going to be talking about blending with color, dyeing with color, creating with color, what she's looking for when she's thinking about color. It is all about color. If you subscribe to the Wool Circle and you want to see what Rebecca is all about, and you can do the 7-day trial to just see what the Wool Circle is about, watch a couple of back episodes, get a sense for sort of what's in all of this and what you get basically. The Color Mania is also there. So if you subscribe to the Wool Circle, you get everything, basically all the podcasts. The Silk Circle has changed a little bit. So let me just click on the button here that says show more, and it's going to go down off your screen, but that's not a big deal. The list keeps going, but that's fine. It's all the same stuff as on the other list. So what's on the Wool Circle and what's on Spinning Circle is it's all the same after the first couple of bullets under Silk Circle. So if you look at the Silk Circle, you will notice that Spinning Pearls has moved to the Silk Circle. So I wanted to find a way to say thank you and to really acknowledge those who've been sitting. There's quite a number of you that have been sitting in the Silk Circle for quite a long time now because you want to support the podcast and you want to see us continue to develop content. You want to be part of the community. You want to be here, and you are happy to be able to support the work here. You're getting that community piece out of it. You're making connections and finding those other like-minded people that are doing all the same things that you're doing. And you're making and creating, and you're learning, and you're being inspired, and also inspiring others. And you've been supporting in the Silk Circle for a while now. And I wanted to acknowledge you guys and say thank you. And yes, your names come up in the credits at the end of the live stream. And, you know, there's that acknowledgement there. But there's also that piece of sort of, you know, just supporting me and the work that I do here, and having done so for quite a long time. So Spinning Pearls is shifting from previously being available for anyone at any support level on Patreon to being at the Silk Circle and higher. And I'm going to talk more about what Spinning Pearls is going to morph into and how it's going to change in a few minutes. But that is where you will find Spinning Pearls. So if you want that teaching content from me monthly, you need to join the Silk Circle. And by adding Dion's Color Mania, and by adding Spinning Pearls into that tier as well, I hope that you'll find stuff there that you're looking for, that you're excited about, that you are inspired by, that will improve your spinning practice. It'll help you make better yarn that you're excited about, and yarn that you want to make and create with. I mean, that's the whole goal, right? So that's the Silk Circle. So that is how these tiers are changing. We are adding Color Mania. It will be available in all of these paid tiers. Doesn't matter which one you click on, you will get Color Mania. And then we're adding Spinning Pearls to the Silk Circle. And there's more changes. More things are coming. More things are being added. So let me just scroll out for a moment. So I think what sometimes happens when people are on this page is they don't realize that there's these buttons here that you can actually scroll over even further. There are 6 tiers on Patreon that you can join. So if you scroll over, here are the other 3. So these 3 are a little bit different. These 3 tiers give you an in-person on Zoom experience. So I'm gonna do the show more here so that you can see what is going on here. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit so that you can still see the titles, but you can see all of the things down here and down below. And I know that it's really small writing, but please head over to the landing page, have a read, have a look. I know sometimes all of the text and all the reading is hard. I really understand that. But this is one of those situations where you want to just take 5 minutes and just have a really good look. Scroll down, scroll through it, and just, you know, look at what these different tiers are and whether or not there's something there that would appeal to you, that you think maybe would be something that you're excited about, that you're looking for. There is limited space in all of these tiers, so I want to sort of put that bug in your ear that there is limited space, and when the space runs out, the space runs out, and you'll have to wait for an empty spot, basically. So with Queries, that is the Zoom group that meets twice per month with me. That is not changing. We meet on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and we chat about all the things. You will have access in that group to in that tier, to Spinning Pearls, the new Spinning Pearls. You will also have access to Color Mania. So that is being added to that tier. Spinning Staples with Rebecca has been going now for they're going into their 4th year. And that has been the dedicated book study Zoom group. And they're going to be morphing a little bit and changing in the fall as we ease into the next phase of study and ease out of this big book study that we've been doing. But that is the group for those of you who are sitting there with your hand spun yarn and you're looking at it, you maybe spun a few skeins, and you're looking to connect with other spinners who are at a similar point in your journey, that has a group of people that are looking to improve their practice, that are looking for guidance and help, looking for some feedback, you're looking for some inspiration, you're looking for a leader who is going to listen to you and offer you feedback and help you to grow your spinning practice, help you to grow in fiber prep, help you to grow in your actual, like this spinning drafts and using your wheel, using your drop spindle, using your supported spindles. She's there to navigate through washing raw fleece, combining fibers. She is your person for, I want to make this fabric, how do I get there? This is where you grow as a spinner. You make that transition from being a beginner into becoming an intermediate and maybe even an advanced spinner, depending on how much you want to invest in your practice. That is Spinning Staples. Rebecca is the how do I get where I want to get person. Now, this is really exciting. Spinning Staples is going to merge with a once per month group meeting on Zoom with Dion. And these are going to be our color maniacs. So those of you sitting in that Spinning Staples tier, right there in the middle, you guys will have access to 3 Zoom meetings per month, 2 staplers and 1 color maniacs. And Dion will be hosting the group on Monday, once per month. Rebecca will be hosting on Thursdays, twice per month. There's also a dedicated Slack channel group to these 2 groups. Same with Queries. Sorry for coughing. You also get Spinning Pearls. You also get Color Mania vlogs every month. Color Maniacs will be dedicated to all things color. So where Spinning Staples is how do I get the fabric that I want, the Color Maniacs will be how do I get the color that I want. How do I get the fabric that I want in Spinning Staples? How do I get the color that I want in Color Maniacs? So this will be a dedicated Zoom group to all things color. I suspect Dion will kind of run it like a bit of a question and answer where you guys will come with your questions. You'll have already seen the Color Mania vlog for that month. So you'll come with your questions, your ideas, things that you're trying to create, things that you're trying to accomplish. And she will give you feedback. She'll give you guidance. She's there to guide you as you learn on your path. And Rebecca is there to say, this would be why you would choose a 2-ply over a 3-ply. This is why you would choose a specialty plied yarn like a crepe over maybe a traditional 3-ply. What do you see in the fabric? What fibers did you include? Dion is what happens when you put hot pink with white? What happens when you put purple with orange? What happens when you combine them and blend them? Oh, I'm going to add in this other silk and it's dyed this other color. What's going to happen? What can we expect? So we're marrying our yarn structures, what's happening in our actual yarn with color, and you guys will be able to take advantage of both. The Studious Spinner, the 3rd tier here, basically it's everything. You get access to all of the groups, all three: queries, staplers, and color maniacs. You get access to all of the teaching content, the spinning pearls, color mania, the wool circle, all the things. Okay, so the Studious Spinner is for those who are looking for all the things you can and want to support at a really high level, to be able to allow me to be able to continue to do this work, to have people like Rebecca and Dion sharing their knowledge and sharing their expertise with you, and thus making us all better spinners. So that is what we're adding. We are adding a lot. It's a little bit overwhelming for me. I'm so unbelievably pleased. I feel just really excited for you guys that this stuff is all coming. So we're adding the Color Mania vlogs. Those will be available for everybody sitting in any Patreon tier. We are adding the Color Maniacs Zoom group to Spinning Staples. So those guys who are already meeting and spinning staples, you guys already get a bonus, and you guys already get access when that group starts in November. You will get access to Color Maniacs already. There is limited space. Those of you who have been sitting in the Silk Circle for a long time, or are able and willing to support at a slightly higher level, will get access to Spinning Pearls coming up in September. So let's talk next about Spinning Pearls. There are some big changes coming to Spinning Pearls, and I would like to take a moment to chat about that. I said last episode that this would be a heavy housekeeping episode, and I'm sorry that is the case. I know some would prefer that it not be like that. However, it allows me to share with you all of the things that are up and coming, and it's really important for you guys to know what's out there. Like, this is how we keep the lights on, and I want to be able to keep doing that. So, thank you in advance for doing that with me. So Spinning Pearls has been the teaching content that I've released since the inception of Patreon. When we monetized, I started creating monthly teaching content. We've been looking at the archives for the last couple of years, pulling up content that's older, that people missed because they're new to the community, or they haven't been around for as long, or they missed it. Dion messaged me a few times over the last couple of years, and she's like, I've been around for a while. I totally missed this one. So we've been sort of looking at the archived content. And I've been creating some extra stuff over and above every so often, and dripping that out slowly to you guys for added value, and because we're interested in something and we kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole and people were asking about it, all that kind of stuff. I am now at a point where I have a book. It is right here. It is huge. It is this little book. I was showing it in Spin Group the other morning, and it is full of Post-it notes. And these are all of the workshop development ideas that I've been working on for the last 3 years, since my kids started homeschooling about 4 years ago. I started in my mind kind of generating all these different ideas, and over time, about 3 years ago, I started writing them down. These are all of those workshops and all of these ideas. And at this age and stage that my kids are at, it is not realistic for me to be out there traveling and going around, teaching in person and being at these different festivals and whatnot. It's just not conducive to where I am in my life right now. And I will consider doing the odd thing on Zoom with, various groups, guilds, organizations, etc. But really, by and large, I need to be available, and I need to be here with my family at this stage and age that my kids are at, and that we're sort of in our life. But I've got all these workshop ideas, and I want to start developing them, and I want to start recording them and getting them written and getting them out there to you guys. So that is what Spinning Pearls is going to be going forward. So they will be quite a bit bigger. They will be quite a bit longer. The one that is coming in September, I think it's the intro to the big workshop, and it's about 40 minutes. It's just chock full with information, stuff that we've covered in the past, sort of trying to condense it down to take it as tidbits of information for you guys to be able to take this stuff away and use it, apply it in your spinning practice. If you're brand new to spinning and you've never made a bracelet ply, how do you do that? So if you go, let's switch screens again. So if you go over to patreon.com/woolenspinning and you scroll down a little bit, normally you end up on this page called Home. But if you click over one and you go to Collections, and you scroll down, you will see that there are a whole bunch of things here that are collections of all of the posts that all go together. So like all of the Ketchup and Pickles, which is the monthly housekeeping post that just gives you a list of all of the things that's going on that month. You don't have to read it word for word, but it's a great, like, quick and dirty. Think of it like a newsletter. This is what's happening this month. This is what you might want to be looking for. You know, this are the dates and times of the live stream. This is when the Wool Circle is coming up. And you have a look at that and you see it. That's what Ketchup and Pickles or the housekeeping post looks like. As you scroll down, you can see that the Wool Circle is here. The Wool Circle episodes, for those who do not want to do monthly subscription services, but you really want to see the odd episode of the Wool Circle, you can download them individually. So you can come on Patreon, you can click on the Wool Circle, and you can get just that episode. I don't think I've talked about that on the podcast before, but that is available. You can subscribe to the entire collection for whatever it costs, $150, and you get all of the Wool Circle episodes, and they continue to jump in there. So for those who do not want to do a monthly subscription, this stuff is available as a one-time purchase and a one-time download, where you can access that as, you know, you've paid for it, you get access to it, and it is there for you if that's what you're looking for. What the subscription service gives you is the ongoing access to the community and all the new stuff coming up. You know, the live streams every week, the Wool Circle, being able to be in the live chat, being able to see it right away and get access to it, being in the Slack channel and being part of the community, all of that stuff. That's where like the sort of the heart of woolen spinning is, right? That's where the heart of the community is. So if you continue to scroll down and you see all the things, these things are all available here, and they're all there. For those who are part of Queries and Spinning Staples, all of the previous meetings and the previous recordings, if you miss a meeting, they're all here. So starting in November, when Dion starts Color Maniacs, there will be one of these collections will be for the Color Maniacs. So if you miss the meeting, or you've submitted a question in the Slack channel for Dion in your dedicated Slack channel, and you've submitted a question for her, and you're like, you know, I'm wondering about this, and here's a couple of photos maybe, and you know, what are your thoughts? And you missed the meeting, she'll answer your question in the meeting, and then you can go back and watch the recording. We do that in Queries all the time. So what you're going to find here coming up later in the fall, as Spinning Pearls in the Silk Circle starts to drip out, and that workshop drips out over the course of 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. It depends on how big that particular workshop is. The first one is called Breaking a Braid. It's right here. And if I click on that, what's going to happen is as they drip out over the next number of months, they're going to appear here. And eventually all of the modules that make up that workshop are going to be available right here, and they're going to show up right here. And again, if you don't want to be in a prescription, I keep saying prescription and subscription in my mind are like the same word. So I mix them up all the time. It's terrible. If you don't want to do the monthly subscription, you can come here and you can just download it and buy the collection. It's not available yet because the posts aren't here yet, but in another few months, the posts will start appearing and you can just buy the workshop. You don't need to be a subscriber. You don't need to be a part of the Slack channel. You don't need to be a part of the live stream, but you want to get access to the workshop and you want to see what's there. This is where you're going to find that. And I will be plugging them on the live stream and saying, hey, there's a new workshop available. This is what it's called. Go find it in collections. And you know, if you're interested in them, they'll start to populate. If you're in the Silk Circle as part of your monthly support, you will get access to these, and they will drip out over the course of however many months and however many modules there are. If there's 3 modules, it'll drip out over 3 months. And at the end, you'll have access to all of them. And then you can go into the collection and watch it bang, bang, bang. You don't have to pay for it. You're a subscriber of the Silk Circle, and you'll have access to all of the posts here. So the first one will be called Breaking a Braid. Worried about making mud or wrecking that precious braid? Let's get it spun. Whether you are a newer spinner and wondering about different approaches to the same braid, or a more intermediate spinner wanting to explore color, this workshop is for you. Getting started with how to approach a colorway, what to look for, and sampling to ascertain what the braid is capable of is the focus for us. And that is what this workshop will be about. So look for that coming up in the fall. And this collection here will slowly add posts until it's completed. And then those in the spinning circle, you'll have access to the next workshop and the next one and the next one. And what I'd really like to hear from you guys is what you're looking for. What are some of the things that you're looking for in terms of workshop development, the things that you want to talk about, things that you want to learn about? What are some of the things that are making you really excited right now that you would like to go down a deep rabbit hole and explore, that we can create here behind the scenes and then offer to you guys to make your experience even richer and even more I was going to say valuable, but even more like richer, but also, even more meaningful, like, bringing meaning to our practice and bringing meaning to our hand spinning and our the fabrics that we make with our yarns, and, choosing patterns, and, a lot of this stuff we've talked about in the past here, and we've gone through so much of this stuff, but we're constantly learning and shifting and changing, and it's a really exciting time. So I hope that you will consider joining us, and I hope that you will consider taking a moment to have a look at Patreon and see if there's something there that appeals to you. Like I said, we're adding a lot this fall. I have been dreaming about this for the last several years, and I am just so pleased to welcome Dion. So now that I've waxed poetic about all of this stuff, I think what we'll do next is I'll introduce you to Dion. I'm going to let her take over for a few minutes and share her journey with you. It's just a really quick synopsis of sort of, just a short, quick and dirty, just to get her feet wet, get her feeling a little bit more comfortable behind the camera. She is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to color. She has been on Woolen Spinning Radio quite a few times, and now going forward will be a regular, will be co-hosting with me and Rebecca. Pick her brain, use her as a resource, jump into Color Maniacs with her, comment on Color Mania when the vlogs come out, ask her questions. She will address them and answer them in the following vlogs as she goes along. And I just want to take a moment to really take a moment from the bottom of my heart, welcome Dion to the Woolen Spinning team.
Hi, I'm Dion, and welcome to Color Mania. Rachel has given me the wonderful privilege to be a part of the Woolen Spinning team, and I will be dealing specifically with color. You'll get to explore with me the many ways I use color, and that will be through dyeing and blending. So a little bit about me is I'm married and I have 2 kids, and the foundation of our lives is family and our spiritual beliefs. Along with that, I have several different hobbies such as sewing, weaving, watercolor, and junk journaling. And through all of these, the main thing I really love to focus on is color. I have always used color, and color has always been an extremely important part of my life, and it's what really gets me smiling. In Color Mania, we will be dyeing, but by far that will be the smallest part of it. When we're dyeing, we will be working with fleece, with commercial top, with bats, and also with yarn. And then we will be blending. And this will be on a drum carder, a blending board, or a hackle. Some of the examples I have for you right here. One of the things I truly love doing is taking something like this top that's just okay now to me and turning it into something more like this gorgeous bat. So I hope you have fun with me and Color Mania, and thank you, Rachel, so much for letting me be a part of this wonderful team.